Show starts in 1 minute.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed. You gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Don't hesitate, mate. Make that scene. Get eyes for the coolest and dig some ice cream. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that set you rolling. The best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. The cats go cool for the dog that's hot, and the burgers are the biggest. Dad, that's a lot.
Welcome to my show, which may as well be called the world's thinnest fucking loser. My PR agent is listening. Just send out my regular apology. I quit smoking March 1st. Yes, I did. Yep, quit smoking March 1st. I didn't have a drag. It's, you know, we're May 31st today. Didn't have a drag. Fuck all. Made that shit look pretty easy. The original plan was to quit smoking March 1st, of course, after my birthday, which was February 26th. And I did quit smoking, and I was going to join the YMCA on April 1st, but I said I'll join on March 16th. So I did, and yeah, it's great. Like I go 4 times a week. Met lots of people, really interesting. Oh my God, yeah, it's like the stories I could tell here, and I will. You know, it'll come out on here. But that'll be a little bit later on, because it's like I'm saving some of the really good ones for my memoir, which I've started writing. Yeah, it's gonna be good. But no, I quit smoking. I feel good. I feel really good. Yeah, it's nice. Save a lot of cash, you know, breathe better, feel better. It's good. Also change my diet too. Of course, I've been eating 95% vegetarian since January last year, so you know. No, I feel a lot better. I do. Despite whatever fucking goes on, you know. Oh, speaking of the fucking YMCA, in mid-April I was there, and then I'm come back home. And I ride my bike there, of course. I come back home, and I turn onto Wellesley Street there, and heading east, the little alley. And there's a guy, I see him, he's standing in the crosswalk, right? He's standing in the crosswalk, he's not facing me, and it's a red light, so I slow down. But the light's gonna turn green any minute. So start picking up speed. Okay, light turns green. This is my green. He was standing in the crosswalk already. All right, so I give him a couple dings with my bell. Doesn't hear me because he's on his fucking phone, of course. Just as I get to him, I swerve left to avoid him, and just as I do that, he walks right into me, tossing me right off my fucking bike. Okay? Oh yeah, ribs were sore. You know, good thing I was wearing that fucking helmet, boy. Whew. You know, safety fucking first, right? I sat in the ambulance for 10 minutes, and the paramedic told me, oh, pedestrians cause the most accidents. It's not cars or whatever, pedestrians, you know. No, just fucking suicidal. Like, had it been a car, he would have been dead. Oh, you know what I fucking hate? Fucking internet memes with all these nuggets of fucking wisdom and whatever, and because people can't write anything for themselves, just these little stupid nuggets of wisdom and stuff like that. But sometimes it's like, you know, personal. There's one that really bugs me, and it's, if you throw me to the wolves, I'll come back leading the pack. Bullshit, okay? You'll be found in fucking pieces. I see it in my newsfeed, and it's like, are you fucking crazy? Come on, leading the pack. Like, these are people who can't even, I wouldn't even trust them to run a fucking bath, okay? Let alone fucking, you know, be able to handle themselves in the fucking forest with a bunch of wolves. Come on, bullshit. If you're over 20 years old and you are an emo fuck like this poor bastard here, this emo Phillips, you know, his life sucks and everything, yeah, poor him. I think I got the answer for you. This, you could all get yourselves a badly drawn boy. He's got the little guitar, he'll play for you, a nice little sun up in the air. Happy place, yeah, it's good. Yeah, you should try it. So this is Tommy Thompson Park here. Let's get a good shot here. Let's walk up. And as you notice, this is the first time I'm using my cane on camera. Look at that, because I'm standing up. Let's get a shot for you people here. Look at that. I'm at the southern tip here, so you can't really see much. But behind that tree there, you see the CN Tower. And there actually is a lighthouse here. That's Lake Ontario here, yeah. And the Toronto Islands are right over there. You could kind of see the silhouette there. But this here, Tommy Thompson Park, is a little man-made inlet here, and it was made with all the excavated dirt and all the materials that when they built the subway system in Toronto. And yeah, it's actually a wildlife preserve. They actually have signs on the side of the street that say, please brake for snakes. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty busy place in the hot months there. I had two people just pass by there looking at me like I'm a fucking, like I just got off a spaceship. You know, I don't care. I do. This is public. This is a public spot. It looks like I'm in the middle of nowhere, like I said, but I'm not. It's very busy. People bike here all the time.
Driving far and though I miss my stars, they still just fade with day. So give me two good reasons why I ought to go, 'cause there's only one to stay. 'Cause when I'm stuck in good intentions, that's when I want to walk away. 'Cause it's not about words or the diamond birds that sit in my cold ass tree. They'll laugh when I think that they're not and wink. They wanna be just like me. 'Cause when I'm free I'm bound and the lost I'm found between the devil and the deep blue. Baby, you're not see. But though I love the way you kiss me when I'm down, it's just another reason to stay.
Stars still fade, stars still fade, stars still fading, stars still fading.
What the hell was that all about, Andre?
That was just a short little video just to display how my life is one direction. I could go forwards, I could go backwards, never sort of branch off, you know, never explore. My life is such a fucking disaster. I just can't.
There, Andre. That made perfect sense.
You think so?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Perfect sense.
Well, hold on. Let me get this here. I think I got it.
Okay, great.
Oh boy. You know, these things happen. Yeah. Most of my friends have kids, which is kind of weird. I've been the only one never to have a kid, and I think I have like 50 children between all my friends. You know, so it's pretty. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I've never had a kid. It's just you could imagine my Facebook wall is pretty baby crazy. You know, like especially with the new parents, it's like, you know, they must have a picture of every minute of this infant's life. I kind of like it. It's cute. You know, it's cute. Most people would say, "Oh, Jesus fucking Christ." You know, no, it's like, no, you do say that. I mean, you do say that. It is kind of. It does kind of like become a little bit wearing, you know, but no, it's cute. It's like I don't have kids. I'm never gonna have kids, so it's nice to see. You know, I think I've become a hoarder of emotionally unstable women. Oh my God, you have no idea how accurate that statement is. I told my friend about it. She thought, that's so funny. You should write that down. Yeah, it's funny, all right, but you know what? I'm fucking done with the lunatic fringe.
Something in this house, like music in the hallways, like a child's music, asking me something.
Okay, every time it's been epic disaster. Yeah, back in October, a really good friend of mine, whose name I'm not gonna mention here, she was worried about that. This is my project. I could talk about whatever the fuck I want. So, back in October, yeah, I'm getting over a cold, sorry. And very good friend of mine, who I waited, years for, because we didn't talk for close to 2 years, and then we started talking again, and then, you know, made some new plans, everything. It was really seeming good. It was really looking good, like. And I waited, man, I fucking waited. I was supposed to see her last year, that'd be 2013. And so the whole plan was for the summer. She would come in the summer, and then something happened with the whole money situation where, you know, she couldn't come. So we had planned it for, you know, like October or November, right? Where I would go. I would go there. And then I remember that, you know, October 5th comes around, and I waited a little while, and then I went with my really good friend, you know, who has appeared in these videos. And I went to Future Shop to pick up Grand Theft Auto 5, right? Very cool game, and, you know. So, so I come back, I play it a little bit, and then I sit down that night, and then you know, she comes online, and I proceed to chat on Facebook, you know, as you do. And 30 minutes worth of, like, really good stuff, really romantic stuff. And, like, really proud of myself. Like, pat on the back, Dre, okay? then she lets me do it. You know, she just lets me do it. Then she comes out with, oh, I met somebody. Oh, how nice, right? Oh, that's, you know, how nice. And I said, well, you met somebody, but so obviously the guy lives closer, so I can't, you know, can't really fault her for that. But anyway, so I met somebody, and I want to see what happens with this guy. That's what she tells me, right? So our whole plan is fucked up. So 2 years, you know, of waiting down the shitter, right? Fast forward a couple months to January, and then she tells me, oh, she's not seeing him anymore, and because she wasn't happy. And I told her I wasn't surprised, right? And you know, what the fuck do you want me to say? What do you expect me to fucking say, right? A couple days pass after that, and then she starts messaging me and telling me that I broke her heart. Really? Like, I don't, why? Because I wasn't like a shoulder to cry on when the guy that you fucking passed me over for wasn't, you found out, you discovered he wasn't really that great, right? It's like, I mean, I get passed over a lot, but now to get passed over for a random fucking red shirt, now this pissed me off. Now, red shirt, that's of course a Star Trek joke. Of course, I don't have the distinction of being as cool as fucking Star Trek. But, you know, the statement, it stands, okay? Probably a guy with the most typical fucking name, probably, you know, it just, yeah. Anyway, no, I'm gonna get carried away, but no. The whole situation has been resolved, right? This is the thing of it. Because I'm standing here, I'm doing this fucking months later, right? So this is way after the fact, right? We are in, we're fucking May 31st now. This happened October 5th. So this whole situation has been resolved, but I told her I have to talk about it. You know, I have to talk about it on here because I wouldn't be very good at what I do if I didn't. Because I gotta talk about everything, right? Everything personal. I'm just fucking sick to death of talking about getting fucked over by girls, right? This is not what this project is supposed to be. Like, you know, it's making me look like a complete fucking douche. Seriously. You know, but whatever. It's funny. It's funny to me. Jealousy still exists. It still exists. You know, I really can't have any female friends. If I was actually truthful about the fact that my best friend in the world is a girl, right? If I was actually truthful about this, there'd be so much jealousy, right? If I talk to one girl, if I talk to a girl and then because Facebook is like the end of all fucking friendships and whatever, right? Because it's like, you know, people look at your stuff, your tags, whatever, that's it. It's over, right? You can't hide fuck all, but people jump to fucking conclusions. And, you know, I talk to one girl, it's like all of a sudden I'm dating. So I even get told, oh, well, have fun with your new girlfriend. What girlfriend? You know? Like, I'm not fucking getting laid here. Like, Jesus Christ. My God. I meet people all the time, like especially now at the YMCA there. It's like, oh yeah, no, the people really like me there. No, it's really interesting. It's like people know me. If I don't show up for a while, which happened, I'll get into that next time. I missed about 2 weeks there, but now people were pretty worried. But I had one friend. He told most of the people I knew what was going on and why I wasn't there for 2 weeks. You know, I'm still kind of in floating kind of mode there right now. I'll discuss that next time. So let's hope there's not a big fucking elephant, you know, hovering over my head or on camera here. But no, I'll discuss it next time. It's okay. But I really hope that I know the next one. I know number 5. I'm not going to be talking about any girls screwing me over or anything like that. That I could guarantee it. But I hope in the future I never have to do it again. You know. Because it's just, like I'm pretty tired of it. And like I said before, it makes me look like I'm not very good at fucking, well, maybe I'm not, who cares, right? But it's just, that's the way it is. This is not what this project was supposed to be all about, you know? Like one man's fucking inability to fucking, you know, to get a girlfriend, you know? No, this is not what the project is. So, but like somebody, a very, very, very good friend of mine, my best friend in the world, told me a couple months ago, and she said that I'm just gonna say it as if I wrote it, but I didn't. Okay, I have no problem, you know, being seen as a knight in shining armor. I have no problem if they want to see me that way. It's just, I will not sell my soul to become that. No, I won't. And you only get one of these. You know?
Waiting, the arms aching, and I hold my hands tight, and I wish I'm a ghost now, running like it's better than flying. The circles in my mind are the worst ever on ways.
Okay.
And you forgot your lines.
Yeah, I know. Should be okay though.
Do you want to try it one more time?
They say a man is judged by the company he keeps. If that's the case, I'm fucked.